morning and welcome to News for Hearing Impaired. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh with my colleague Sonu. Let's begin with the top story. One person has died and another received injuries after police opened fire upon protesters in Bengaluru's Rajgopalnagar area last evening. There were many reports of arson and vandalism in Bengaluru and on a highway to Mysuru during protest against the Supreme Court's modified order directing Karnataka to release 12,000 cusecs of water to Tamil Nadu till 20th of this month. Some 15,000 policemen have been posted across the IT city. Prohibitory orders under Section 144 have been imposed in the city. Curfew has been imposed in 16 police station limits in Bengaluru. Shoot-at-sight orders have also been issued in these areas, which witnessed sporadic incidents yesterday. However, in view of the festival of Eid today, police clarified that prohibitory orders will not apply to place of worship and Eidgahs. 10 companies of Rapid Action Force, CRPF and IDPP have already been deployed since yesterday. The angry protesters torched many vehicles, including state transport buses and trucks, while damaging hundreds of vehicles in stone pelting in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka border. Karnataka CM Siddaramaiah has convened an emergency cabinet meeting today to take stock of the situation. Both chief ministers have written to each other requesting to ensure safety of their people in both the states. Schools will remain closed till September 14th as a precautionary measure. The Supreme Court yesterday modified its own order to release 12,000 cusecs of water every day to Tamil Nadu till 20th September instead of 15,000 cusecs as directed earlier. Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh telephonically talked to Chief Ministers of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu and inquired about the situation and offered all possible assistance. In Jammu and Kashmir, security forces gunned down one more terrorist in the ongoing operation in Poonch town. The operation, which began on Sunday, resumed yesterday morning when terrorists holed up inside the mini secretariat building started firing at security forces who were undertaking mopping up operation. 4 terrorists have been gunned down so far in the ongoing encounter. 1 policeman has also been martyred. Curfew has been imposed to prevent any untoward incident on the occasion of Eid al-Azha. The Union Cabinet has approved setting up of the Goods and Services Tax Council and its Secretariat. The Cabinet also decided to provide adequate funds for meeting the expenses of the GST Council Secretariat, the entire cost for which shall be borne by the central government. It would be headed by Union Finance Minister. The Council would recommend important issues related to GST to the centre and the states, which includes issues like model GST law, the rate of tax. The government has said that GST implementation move is on the right track ahead of time. Aam Aadmi Party has suspended its MLA Devinder Sehrawat from the primary membership of the party after he accused party men in Punjab of exploiting women in return for tickets. The second legislator to face such an action in less than 10 days. The action against Sehrawat came after he also made direct attacks on AAP's national convener and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. The suspension of Bijwasan MLA came after Kejriwal returned to Delhi, wrapping up his 4-day visit to pole-bound Punjab. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav has begun Mission Clean Image to better chances of his party in the upcoming state assembly elections. He asked his 2 senior cabinet colleagues, Mining Minister Gayatri Prajapati and Panchayati Raj Minister Raj Kishore Singh. There are serious charges of corruption against both the ministers. First death from chikungunya has been reported in Delhi when 65-year-old man died at Sir Gangaram Hospital yesterday morning. R. Pandey became first fatality of the vector-borne disease in the national capital when he breathed his last in the wee hours at the hospital yesterday. The hospital confirmed that the patient was brought in a critical condition and the cause of death was chikungunya with sepsis. India's Deepa Malik has created history by becoming the first ever woman from India to win a medal at the Paralympics when she bagged a silver in the shot put event at Rio de Janeiro. Deepa's best throw of 4.61 meters from her 6 attempts was enough to clinch the silver medal. India thus now has secured 3 medals from the Rio Paralympics. Deepa will receive a cash award of 4 crore rupees under Haryana sports scheme for her feat. Bahrain's Fatima Nedam won the gold medal with the best throw of 4.76 meters, while Dimitra Korakida of Greece bagged the bronze medal with the throw of 4.28 meters. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has congratulated Deepa Malik on her feat. In a tweet, PM said, "Well done, Deepa. Your silver at the Paralympics makes the nation very proud. Congratulations." Sports Minister Vijay Goyal has congratulated Deepa Malik for scripting history by winning a silver medal in shot put event. And with that, we've come to the close of this bulletin. Namaskar.